All right. I've tweeted us out.
Sweet. Alright. It's live. All right, we should be good.
Cool.
All right. I'll see you in 15.
Yep. Wait, is it working?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Bros Cast, episode 286. My name is Harrison, and I'm joined by my brother Nick, the birthday boy, as always. How you doing, buddy?
Hello. Dude, feeling so old right now.
Are you feeling 30?
Feeling 30. Feeling so flirty. Feel good. Feeling good. Birthday was yesterday. Went out and had a nice dinner.
Nice.
So loved it. Yeah.
What'd you get? What'd you get to eat? You said dumplings, and what else?
Yeah, it's called dim sum. It's like dumplings and other like dumpling like food.
Okay.
Like kind of like small plates.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
Is it like a buffet, or is it like a la carte?
No, you sit down and order it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Cool.
really good, man. And then birthday weekend was awesome. I guess just getting right into my weekend real quick.
Get right into it. Yeah.
So Alicia was planning something. I didn't know what it was. I knew she was planning some sort of surprise. I knew friends and potentially family would be there.
Yeah.
But on Friday after work, she blindfolded me and put me in the car and drove me to an undisclosed location. And before we walked in, put on headphones so I couldn't hear anything.
Yep.
And then walked into the building and immediately got this big whiff of popcorn.
Of course.
So I knew we were in a theater. I was like, all right, I know we're in a theater. I know there are friends involved. Like, are we seeing a movie? Like, are we all seeing a movie together? Like, it's cool, but we'd all be sitting in silence.
Yeah, kind of strange. Yeah.
Kind of strange. So we walk into the theater, and then go into the row, and she like leaves for a second to check in with you guys and make sure that everything's set up. I'm assuming to make sure that like the screen was on and everyone was ready. And then she takes the blindfold off. I see you and all my friends there, and our parents. And then I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" And then finally, I look up at the screen and I see Smash Brothers playing on the screen. I was like, "Dude, this is so cool!" Like rented out the whole theater for a couple of hours, and we just got to play like Super Smash Brothers and Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart World. It was awesome. It was seriously awesome, and I was blown away. Like it was so much fun.
Yeah, we were texting last week, and she was like, she's like, do you have extra controllers? Like, I'm trying to like get some, but I can, but he's getting a little bit too sussy right now.
I don't think I was sussy at all.
Or he'll get sussy if I like ask him about the controllers. And I was like, yeah, I've got plenty.
That would have been a giveaway if she would have asked.
Yeah.
At least, well, hindsight 2020, but maybe I wouldn't have known at the time. But
yeah.
But
it was cool, and it was super easy when the guy just I literally just brought my Switch and Switch 2 and just plugged it right into their super long HDMI cable, and it worked instantaneous. I mean, it was awesome.
When you walked in, like, did he already have like, I guess, did he have the cord ready for you? He's like, "Hey, here you go." Like,
yeah, it was like it was fed through like the little hole or whatever that goes to the projection screen. So yeah, I just plugged in. There was an outlet right there. Plugged everything in, and got it working. I will say, I hate pairing controllers on Switches. It is, I don't know why it takes forever for it to work, and you have to go like you go to the pairing menu, but then you have to go to another. It's super annoying. And then this is the first time that I've ran into this issue, but with the whole not key card thing, but like the having the games like on your console, like
Oh, yeah. I don't know what that's called, but on one console, but also on the other.
yeah. And I have like I have Smash Brothers, I have Mario Kart on the cartridge, and for whatever reason, when I put in Smash, it was like, you need to download the latest update. I'm like, I'm not even connected to the internet. Why is it even asking me this? So I had to. One of your buddies had a hotspot on his phone, and I was able to download it real quick.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But I was like in panic mode because it was like 6:50 or 55, and y'all were on the way, and I'm like, this is insane. Like, this is insanity right now that I literally have the cartridge, and
it wouldn't let you play it at all.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me play at all.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was super frustrating. But
yeah, we couldn't get the 8-player Smash to work either. Maybe
is it actually 8-player on the same?
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
okay.
But I think it's single Joy-Con only.
Oh, okay. That's where you can't use a controller. But yeah, we try to get all the controllers paired up, and for whatever reason, a couple of them just didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you need. Yeah, you need 8 individual Joy-Con controllers.
Okay.
So
420 in the chat said, he said, "What up, gentlemen, and congrats, Nick, on your firstborn."
Hey.
Was that one of your buddies?
Wait, who is this?
420 not fast?
420 not fast. I don't know who that is, but if you know me, let me know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know if it was Brandon. He always says he's gonna check out the podcast and never does.
Maybe it is, but I can't imagine that being his name.
But yeah, it was a good time. Definitely want to do that again. That was pretty awesome.
We were saying we need to rent it out when the Halo Combat Evolved remake comes out.
Yeah, I wish you just got like a little bit longer. I mean, I guess you could probably request longer time, because I mean that hour and a half, whatever, flew by so fast.
It did.
But yeah, playing. I miss Smash Brothers, man. I miss playing, and I guess it's just like the camaraderie of like being in the same room as somebody. Like that I missed probably the most with Smash. I think playing online is just not quite the same. Just a long time fan. Nice. Well, appreciate it. Yeah, playing on a big screen is just that. It's awesome. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun, and like. I love playing Smash in person, but if I were to play Smash by myself, I'd be like, why am I playing this game? You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
But I love playing Smash with other people. It's such a blast.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a really great time. And then after that, we went out and just like had some dinner. Like me and Alicia hadn't eaten yet, so we went out and like with a couple of friends and had dinner, and then just went back to our place, and then went and played some Disc the next morning. So
nice.
A lot of fun. Yeah. Good weekend.
Cool. Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's dive over into what we have been playing. Nick, before we talk about Hyrule Warriors, because that's obviously the big one that came out last week.
Yeah.
You played some Kirby Air Riders, the test or whatever it's called.
I did. So I played through the full tutorial first. Like it's a pretty long tutorial. There's like 14 different lessons, and I was like, man, this is like a pretty complicated game for there only being 2 real buttons you use.
Yeah.
But you use those buttons in pretty spectacular ways.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then it's kind of weird. The actual races you can only do against level 3 CPUs. You couldn't do those online.
Interesting.
So I did one of those, and I was like, okay, it's pretty cool. Even after the tutorial, I still don't have a good grasp on the controls, and like kind of feel slow a little bit. And granted, I'm playing against like level 3 CPU, so like the game's a little bit slower. Like, okay. And I did 2 rounds of the city trial mode, which is where you play with 16 people. You basically have 5 minutes within this like city map, and it's just complete and utter chaos. You're just driving around, collecting power ups,
Collecting the
and
PNG power ups.
yeah, the PNG power ups, and trying to like knock other players um, off of their little ride, like, whatever they're called. They're what are they called? They're rides, I guess.
Gliders, whatever, something.
Yeah, whatever. They're carts. I'm gonna call them a cart.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that 5 minutes, you kind of see everything you've collected. You see all your stats at the end, and then it shows you 4 different mini games that you can play. And I thought, okay, everyone's gonna choose whatever mini game, and then it's gonna select whichever one got the highest amount of votes, and then everyone will play on that mini game. Well, that's not the case. If you pick a mini game and only one other person picks that same mini game, then you'll just play against that other person.
Interesting. Okay.
And it will like the game will recommend specific mini games based off of your stats. If like your glide stat is better, then there's a maybe there's a mini game that you can utilize a higher glide stat for. But I did that twice. I did one of the mini games, and then the second time I played, I got into the mini game at the end and disconnected, which was probably my fault. But I was like, okay, it kind of feels weird because like even with the first one that I was able to play, the city trial part of the game just feels a little bit too long. It's like, okay, you're spending 5 minutes racking up your stats and everything, and then you spend 30 seconds on the minigame portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I respect the hell out of what this game is and what it's trying to be. It's like, it is what it is. And it's not trying to appeal to this like broad mass audience. Like it definitely feels like a GameCube game made in 2025.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be mad at it for that. I just don't know if it's for me.
Right.
And granted, like I haven't played the story mode and haven't seen, everything the game has to offer, but that's my opinion right now. I'm gonna try.
I mean,
to play
the city trial is like the bread and butter of that game, right? That's what people really played back in the day. So yeah, I haven't played any. I just played like the pretty lengthy tutorial, and got a feel for it. I mean, it when I was playing it, doing the little races, it was fun. But yeah, like you, I'm not. It didn't sell me, but I still want to try the rest of it just to see how it is. But Nintendo and multiplayer games for me just have not really hit in a very, very long time. And with this being $70, and then Metro Prime 4 is right around the corner as well. This may be something that I skip, which is totally fine. But
yeah. Yeah, I think this one's going to be a skip for me.
Yeah.
I mean, and just because it comes out so close to, my
baby
son's
time.
birth. Yeah, baby time. So I'll probably have to skip this one regardless.
Yeah.
But, it's non-compromising. Like I said, it is what it is. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I respect it.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like content wise, it's probably definitely worth it because there's just so much to do in it.
Yeah, and like Sakurai said, there's not any DLC. He's not planning any DLC. He put everything he had into this game. That's cool. Like if you get it day one, you have everything. Just like if you get it a year from now, you'll still be on the same like playing field that the people who got it day one are in terms of like the content that they had or the gameplay.
You won't. You're not missing out on anything.
Exactly.
If you choose to wait, so that's always cool when games are like that.
Yeah.
So cool. All right. Well, let's talk about the big game of the week. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment.
Yes.
I am a little over 10 hours into the game. I have found out about the Link character in the game and like where it came from.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I'm at in the story. Kind of playing it similarly to how I played the last Age of Calamity, is where I'll do the big story beat and then I'll just do all the individual battles and little side quests to help build up the rest of Hyrule. Comparing that to Age of Calamity, it's a very, very, I mean, very, very similar structure as far as between the two games. But I think with this one, the story itself and kind of learning about how everything happened in the past is the big selling point. I think for most Zelda fans. But that being said, the combat is a lot of fun. It's very samey. You're kind of doing the same thing over and over again. But 10 hours in, I'm not tired of it yet, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, I would agree. I think I'm like 11 hours in, something like that, and similarly just found out about where this kind of construct comes from. I'm loving this game. I love the combat. I love how quick the non-story missions are. Like you can just jump into one and play through it in like 3 minutes, sometimes even shorter than that. And every character feels really good to play as.
Yeah.
Like they all have their own
except the Goron character. I hate playing as that one. He's so slow and like he roll like it's
so
that's the first one where I was like, yeah, I'm immediately because normally once you introduce a new character, like I'll play the rest of the level out with that character just so I can get a feel. As soon as after a couple of minutes, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm switching to another character.
So I was thinking about that. Like his roll, it has to be as fast as the other characters' runs, right? Because I feel like every character has the same pace when they run, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume. I mean, I didn't think about that, but I would assume it has to be like that. But it just feels doesn't
really sluggish.
Yeah, it feels very sluggish. But once you're fighting, I mean, it's fine. It's not a huge deal. It's just from getting point A to B. It feels, and maybe it's not, but again, it just feels really really sluggish. But yeah, it's a fun game that like just the mix of the combat and using the Zonai devices and like being able to. I mean, they do a really good job of like implementing all the stuff from Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild and from the last game, and making it feel like those games where you could just pull it out and then you can either hold it and use like the fire emitter or flame emitter, or you can put it down and then start whacking the person, and then you can build up flame, build up ice, build up electricity. And then there's I've only used it the one time, but you can use your items to like make combination items. Is that have you done that a ton?
I have not done that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to play around more with that. I'm more so impressed with the fact that you can like combine Zonai devices. Like you can set out a fire emitter and then you can bring out the fan.
Yeah,
and combine that into like a little fire tornado.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, it's awesome, and I think you can do the same with the shock emitter and then the fire hydrant or something, and just kind of create some connectivity there.
Yeah, like there's elemental really cool aspects where fire obviously will melt ice and for the ice enemies, and if the enemies are in water, you can use the electricity emitter to do extra damage. So they really thought about everything in terms of the Zonai devices. Do we think this is the last game to revolve around Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and this universe? I think it is. But after playing this game for 10 hours, I'm like, man, I could not necessarily another Hyrule Warriors game, but I could go for another story with the same iteration of Zelda and Link. Again, I don't want
it to be in Hyrule.
Yeah, again, like I think I said it last week, I don't want it to be in Hyrule. I'd rather them go somewhere else. I think they could absolutely create some sort of story. But yeah, unfortunately, I do think this is the last time we'll see these characters. Hopefully, something like there's a cool revelation in this story or something that kind of not necessarily ties it all together, but something cool that happens in the story. I don't know exactly what that would be or what I would want, because they wrapped up Tears of the Kingdom pretty nicely. But Yeah.
Had an incredible ending.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of it from like Nintendo's perspective and just thinking about how well these games sold. Like
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild sold 30 plus million. Tears of the Kingdom probably going to sit right at 22 million for the rest of its life. But still, that's incredible sales numbers. And even Age of Calamity sold what 4 million, 5 million,
Yeah.
something like that. So I'm assuming this will do pretty good. Probably a million
I'm
or
still
two.
shocked that we never got any sort of DLC for this for Tears of the Kingdom. Even with the Switch 2 upgrade, like that would
Yeah.
have been a perfect, like if they charged 80 for that, but it included some pretty big DLC, and like that could have been worth it. But
What do they
yeah,
do though? Like what else do they do? They have
yeah,
the
I don't know.
depths, they have the sky, unless they add more sky islands, but then I don't know. I don't know where
Yeah,
they would go. I feel like they ended that story in such a perfect way that they don't need to reopen it to add DLC. Unless I could have seen them adding a DLC where you play as Zelda back in, you know, I guess pre-Hyrule or whatever it was
oh, when she goes
in the
back in
Water
time.
era. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's what this game is. So
yeah. I still wish, a part of me still wishes that they tied in the Sky Islands to Skyward Sword.
I know.
I still feel like that was a bit of a missed opportunity, because they had the 35th anniversary for Zelda. Then Skyward Sword came out, and they're like, yeah, this is the prequel. This is the first in the timeline. Which, I mean, Nintendo doesn't really. I mean, they care, but they don't really care about the timeline.
Care
I,
just
I,
enough.
I feel like they were forced to care about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that's the only thing out of those two games that I kind of missed. I feel like they had a missed opportunity with that. But yeah, I feel like they wrapped Tears of the Kingdom up pretty well. And if we never see these characters again, or these iterations of characters, I'm good. But if they came back, awesome.
Do you think the next mainline Zelda game will have a different art style?
I think so. I think they will.
Do you think they'll lean more realistic or go towards Wind Waker and get more cartoon?
I personally want them to do something a little bit more realistic. We got two games in this cell shaded esque art style. That's very pretty. I do absolutely love the art style of these two games. And I don't think I would want just like a traditional cell shaded game like Wind Waker. I think I would want something more in line with like Twilight Princess.
Wow. Like that, the Wii U tech demo.
See, no, because that was so shiny. It looked like they threw just water on everything on that in that tech demo. It's all shiny.
That was like
It's
one of
cool.
those fake like Unreal Engine 4. Like
Yeah,
this is what Mario looks like. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Anytime I see someone doing like a fan mod or something of like Mario or Zelda in UE5, I'm like, I mean, this looks cool, but
you
like
forgot
it
the
doesn't.
soul.
Yeah, where's the soul of this game? Like visually, it looks great, but so yeah, I think Twilight Princess, something on the lines of that would be really cool. What about you? Same page, or
I mean, honestly, I could go either way.
yeah,
I don't know if I want another game in like this specific art style, but I'm also not. It's a non-offensive art style. Like
yeah,
it looks great and it's going to age really well.
yeah,
You know, unlike a game like Twilight Princess that didn't necessarily age very well. Even the
no,
Wii
not
U
well.
HD remastered didn't age that well either.
Just looks kind of muddy.
It's got that. It's got that 2007 like kind of that Gears of War,
Yeah,
that brown taint to it.
just got that mud.
That mud. Something about it. Timeless, but in a not timeless way. Personally, I think the next Zelda will be very dark. That won't happen for 3 or 4 years. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think we are at least 3 or 4 years away from the next mainline Zelda. mean, what Tears of the Kingdom came out in 2023. Nintendo themselves said that games are going to take longer to develop
Yeah, it might
nowadays.
not be like 2028 before we get like the next mainline 2027, 2028, something like that.
Yeah,
But I mean, we usually get something Zelda every single year.
I
So
think we'll get a
I
remake
I
next year.
for one think we're getting Ocarina of Time next year with the Lego set that they are teasing right now. Ah, man, I am just yeah,
I'm kind
I
of
can't
looking
wait.
in the back of your room. I was looking for some hopium that you were smoking. I think I see some hopium back there. Or is it copium? Wait, which one is it?
It's a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both. I roll it all together and I smoke it up. Yeah, I do think we're gonna get it. I mean, 40th anniversary, you know,
Come on.
Lego reveal. Come on, like we got to get something. And I feel like personally, as a massive Zelda fan, I feel like the 35th was a little bit of a letdown. Um,
What did they do for that?
they had the Zelda Game and Watch. They
Hmm. Oh,
had
that's right. That's right.
and then Skyward Sword, right, was part of that. Um, so little bit of a letdown, but that's just the hopium part of me that wants that 3D remake
Right.
of Ocarina of Time, and they kind of they kind of I think it was a couple of it was a Nintendo Direct a few years ago when they announced that N64 was coming, and they started like they started off with just the opening cinematic of Ocarina of Time, and then I thought they were going to do the Switch and it was going to be all HDified, and they didn't do it, and I was hurt, but
Well, hey,
yeah, I think it's coming
are you? I mean, I'm kind of glad that they waited until the Switch 2.
for sure. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, because they can really push the limits,
push the
make a
limits.
really awesome remake.
Yeah, and
I
I
don't
want
know.
to like a proper remake, like add some content in there, like flesh out, add some actual side missions, um,
They have
in
side
the game.
missions.
Yeah, I mean they had the mask stuff. That was kind of it. I mean,
So,
they had the cuckoo stuff that you could do, to get hearts. So I mean, there was
Epona?
that's a main story.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, just add some new content. Make that water temple a little bit. Make it insufferable. Make it
Make it
worse.
worse. I hate that they made it better on the 3DS. Make it worse, dude. Just make it so much worse.
Yeah, and I played through Ocarina of Time. Was it last year? Was it last year that I did that? Yeah, water temple. Not. It's not egregious, but
It's just the fact that you have to keep switching your the metal
that's
boots.
really the worst part. And the only
Yeah.
reason why I actually got lost is because I was looking because I 100% of the game, so I was looking for the Skulltula. I couldn't find it, and then I think I ended up having to look it up, and it was pretty like in the open once I actually realized where it was. But yeah, not terrible, but easily the worst dungeon in that game.
Still a pretty good dungeon though.
Yeah, it's still that whole game is just man, what a game, what a game.
I think Nintendo will also want a big tentpole Zelda. Well, not tentpole Zelda, but they'll want some sort of big Zelda release around the time that the movie comes out in 2027. So if they release this remake, let's say late 2026,
Yeah,
I feel like that's pretty lined up.
yeah. I mean, do kind of similar what they're doing with Galaxy 1 and 2, and obviously those aren't as near those aren't remakes or by any means, but
Right.
have something ready to go or near the movie, so that'd be cool. Yeah, and see, Nick, I didn't even think about that, but now that we got the Galaxy 1 and 2 as a package deal for $80, right, or 70. I mean, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. Here we go. Do it.
Do you think? I don't know. You know what? You know what it would be?
Put them in 4K. Like I don't
It would be
really.
the GameCube versions of both of those, just like slightly upscaled to HD. I don't even
Yeah.
think it would be the the HD version on the Wii U and the other HD version on the Wii U, because they couldn't do a double pack of those and charge $70. They would charge $60 for them each.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect them to go in and do, because I mean, let's face it, Wind Waker is like pretty perfect as far as like visuals go. Like I don't think you upres it to 4K, call it a day. Twilight Princess, like they can go in and like they did with Galaxy 2, go in there and update some of the textures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Try to crisp it out a little bit. You know, I mean, Mario's their big game, and they put both of those together for 70. So, you know, I could see them doing that for Zelda, but also I could see them, like you said, going put them out 60 a piece or
70 a piece.
Yeah, jeez.
Here it is. It's the same game, but you know, now Wind Waker runs at 60 frames per second, and Twilight Princess runs at 60. I can't remember if it was 30 on the Wii U or not, but.
Oh, I don't know. I think it definitely chugged in some spots. I remember it chugging in some areas. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
well, okay. Well, that is a possibility for next year as well.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see.
We'll see. Here's hoping. Back to Age of Imprisonment. Any final thoughts you have for it?
I mean, I think it's just kind of mindless fun. Like you can just pick it up and play while you're watching a TV show or watching or listening to a podcast or something. And then, of course, you know, locking in whenever the story beats hit.
Yeah,
they do. But I love it. I think it's a really great game. It's one of my favorite warrior games that I've played, and I've played all the Nintendo related warrior games. I do have a soft spot for the original Hyrule Warriors, just because it wasn't tied to a specific story. They could bring in characters from wherever the hell. Like, oh, you know, you're playing as this guy, or you're playing as this guy, or you know, you're playing as Linkle. Like we made up a new character, and you're playing as freaking girl Link.
I thought about picking that one up, the definitive edition for the Switch.
Yeah, I thought about that too. It was a ton of fun on the Wii U.
Yeah,
like I probably put 40 to 50 hours in that game.
Yeah,
on the Wii U. And like it had that really cool adventure mode, which I guess it's just similar to what Age of Calamity and Imprisonment have with like the side quests now, but you did them all. I think you did them all after you beat the game in the original Hyrule Warriors.
It was just like the Smash Brothers of just Zelda games.
And
it was every character you could think of is in there.
And it was a fun lead up to that game too, because it was one of like the first big crossover games that we've had, like with another, I guess, development company.
Yeah.
And they were revealing the characters piecemeal, like, oh, you know, every month or so leading up to release, you get a couple of new characters revealed.
Yeah, I do miss that about like Smash Brothers as well. Like going on, like back in, oh gosh, Brawl was on the Wii, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember like almost, and this was like, I mean, the internet was definitely around, but we didn't have smartphones yet then. So I would literally every day go to the website. And then sometimes you just go on a day they revealed it and you have a new character, and I'm like, this is awesome. So very, very cool.
It's so much simpler back then.
So much simpler. But
yeah.
All right, yeah, definitely recommend it if you're a Hyrule or if you're a Warriors fan. I think this is probably one of the best ones made so far. Visually, I think it looks really, really well. Really well. It looks really, really good.
So well.
It looks so well. Yeah, if you're a Zelda fan, if you love the story of Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, I think this is kind of a no-brainer.
Yep. Agreed.
All right, let's move on to the news. Nick, it is currently November 11th, and Prime 4 is out on December 4th. I think our hopes of a direct are fading fast.
So I thought, it's going to be this week, right? Like I was pretty certain it was going to be this week, but now we have the
And I got the notification for the Mario Direct, but I didn't see Mario. I just saw Direct. Like I saw Tune In tomorrow. I'm like, here we go, boys. Let's go. And then I was like, oh,
which is cool.
Still cool.
Excited to see that movie, but
yeah,
I see that trailer for that movie. But yeah, this kind of means that we're not getting a Direct this week. It's unlikely that we're going to get one next week because Kirby Air Rider comes out next week. Yeah. And then the week after that is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then the week after that is the launch of the game. So
yeah.
We do know that people have played this game as of last Friday. A lot of outlets have gone to a preview event. Disclosed portion of the game. And so we will at the very least know a lot more about the game this week. We just don't know if we're going to get new gameplay, if it's going to be a voiceover preview, if it's going to be write-ups. I'm assuming we'll get some sort of new gameplay, but that's kind of up in the air. I was hoping we would get a Direct beforehand and get like a 15-minute presentation.
See that, and I thought, and we absolutely could get. They could announce a Direct tomorrow after the Mario thing, like a couple hours for a Thursday Direct, because I thought that would have been perfect. Like announce the Direct. We get a 15-20 minute look at the game, and then the next day or the same day, here's a bunch of previews about Metroid, and they're giving everyone's raving about it, and that's like perfect end.
It's like a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, it's a 1-2 punch for their marketing cycle, and getting people really really hyped for the game. So, maybe another missed opportunity for Nintendo. I still, a couple years ago, I mentioned, I know there's no Nintendo game or Nintendo IP in Fortnite. Why not put Samus? I mean,
that'd be perfect.
Nick,
the only Nintendo character that shoots a gun, that
shoots the gun, and Zero Suit Samus. Gooner's gonna goon, Nick. Gooners are gonna goon.
That would make billions.
And that's probably why they don't want to put Samus on in Fortnite.
They've done a gooning analysis, and the results were very
troubling. You got a dumpy, bro. A dumpy.
Yeah, I don't think that could ever happen.
No, I don't see it.
Would
have been a great crossover.
Yeah, that would have been a great first crossover.
Yeah. Oh well.
But yeah,
I mean, it's still a possibility. We could absolutely get a Direct on Thursday or potentially even Friday, and we still could get one next week. I mean, it's not unheard of that they've had a Direct.
I mean, Kirby has had its time in the sun already.
Yeah, Kirby's had 2 Directs, man. Like, it's still baffling. Still baffling to me. I mean, the Nintendo Switch 2 got announced on the same day that Donkey Kong came out, so it's not unheard of that they have big events or reveals in the launch week of another game, but it's usually unlikely. But we'll see what happens.
To be fair, Nintendo did reveal the Switch 2 on the same day that Donkey Kong Country.
I just said that.
Released. What?
I just said that.
Did you just say that?
Yes.
Sorry, I saw. Okay, I just read a tweet. I need to. Sorry, I pulled up my phone because I want.
It's the dad brain. It's all good, man.
I pulled up my phone because I wanted to see if Nintendo had made any announcements.
Oh, okay.
And then I see this tweet that said Diddy was reportedly caught with a Nintendo DS under his pillow in his cell.
What the hell? That's funny.
Oh man, I don't know where we go from here.
We just move on. we just move on.
That's my bad, bro.
No, you're good. I was like,
am I stupid?
I was like, did I not just say that? I'm like, no, I'm definitely sure I said something.
Okay, here's my idea. I'm gonna take your idea, but say it louder.
Yeah. It's like that. What's that Key and Peele skit where I'm not high on pot news or something like that. He steals it from his friend.
Oh, you know, it's like that Key and Peele skit.
All right, so yeah, Metro Prime. Obviously, we're very very excited for that game. We just want it to do well. We want it to get the flowers that it hopefully deserved. We don't know if the game's good or not, but we'll see. I talked a lot. Talked about it a little bit ago. Zelda or Lego revealed a teaser for some upcoming Zelda Ocarina of Time specific Lego sets coming out in 2026. I do have the little brief trailer pulled up here, so I will go ahead and run that. So pretty awesome.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then sorry for the audio listeners, it's Lego Link, and it's the final scene in Ocarina of Time where you're confronting Ganon for the first time after he transforms. Spoilers, I probably should have said that before, but so yeah,
bro?
super awesome. I did pass on the big Deku tree set. It's $300. I cannot justify spending that much. And it's one of those 2-for-1s where like you have to build. You can either build the Ocarina of Time one or the one from Breath of the Wild. But if they make individual smaller sets like they do with Animal Crossing and Mario and stuff, absolutely, I'll get a couple of these because it just I need a Lego. I need a Lego Link. Like it's so cool looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 40th anniversary is next year. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are the best-selling, Zelda games of all time, right? Even more so than Ocarina of Time. So you think they would focus on those games instead for the Lego sets because more people are familiar with that. So that's got me thinking, like 40th anniversary. Ocarina of Time is the biggest, like the highest regarded, I think, Zelda game out of most Zelda fans. Remake's coming, baby. It's got to come.
I mean, that does line up. Or they're just marketing towards people who are nostalgic for Ocarina of Time because those people are likely older and more established and they're willing to spend money on a Lego set.
They have the Lego money because normal kids don't have Lego money.
Yeah. Gen Z.
We're gonna go with my thought and not yours.
Yeah, for sure.
I want this
remake coming out.
So yeah, very 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 cool. Can't wait to hear more about that. The grifters are grifting, Nick, and they are just making buku money because grifting videos are in right now, and are making a lot of people money on YouTube. Pokopia, the Animal Crossing Pokemon-like game that was revealed at the Nintendo Direct, is going to be a whopping $70 game, and it's a game keycard game. So this is the first allegedly, but they used it in their game keycard explanation video they put on YouTube. So why would they do that if it's not going to be a game keycard game? This is co-developed by. Or no, is it Koei Tecmo that's doing this?
No, it's whoever developed the Dragon Quest Builders games.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, they're developing it, and then I think Game Freak is kind of stepping in a little bit to kind of guide them. Obviously because they make the mainline Pokemon games, and then it's published by Nintendo. So this is going to be
it is Koei Tecmo.
Is it Koei Tecmo? Okay,
Omega Force.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, they're developing it. I'm sure Game Freak is giving their input, all that good stuff. So yeah, this will be the first Nintendo published game that isn't game keycard. I think it's rumored to be around 10 gigabytes. You know how we feel about game keycards. Like I don't think we really care because we've we play Xbox and PlayStation games, and none of those. They're essentially game key cards, right? You buy the disc, yeah, you still have to put it in. It's not like you download the game or install it off the disc, and you don't need the disc. You still need the disc to play it. Same thing with the key card. It's nothing new. It's just people grifting because they want to hate on Nintendo, and that drives up their YouTube stuff and gets some views. So that's all that is. But this game looks really cool. I don't know if it's $70 cool. I thought this would be. I personally thought it was gonna be free to play, or hoped it would be. I mean, it's Pokemon, so I was probably out of my mind thinking that. But $70 feels absurd, but also, if it's as in depth as Animal Crossing, and it's something that you can play all year and years to come, and so maybe it's all subjective, but yeah, kind of crazy.
I mean, on the game keycard stuff, I would obviously prefer if it was not a game keycard.
Yeah.
Because you can just put it into your console and play it immediately, which is much preferred to having to download something right when you plug a game in. I mean, I had to do the same thing when I inserted Dragon Quest 1 and 2 Remake into it.
Yeah.
Immediately started having to download the full game, which is kind of annoying. So it's kind of weird that Pokemon is doing this because they have such a high return on their games and they're like rolling in money.
Yeah.
Every single avenue possible. And they can't afford to just put the game on a freaking 64 gigabyte card. We know the size of the game is not going to be above 64 gigs. That's not an excuse like it is with like a game like Final Fantasy VII Intergrade.
Yeah.
A freaking Pokemon game. It's gonna look like it looks. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a game. Like you can afford to put it on the 64 gigabyte card.
Yeah, eat it.
And make a pretty sizable profit from this. So
yeah,
I just think it's kind of lazy on their part.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean,
and you think, because I mean, obviously at the end of the day, we're a third party. They're going to choose what they want to put. If they want to go the game key card route, you think that is Pokemon, you think Nintendo would force them to do that or pay, because I don't know in this situation. I don't know if Koei Tecmo has to pay for the individual carts, but you think Nintendo would just be like, hey, we got you guys. We're going to pay for it.
We'll cover this.
Yeah, we'll cover this as part of, you guys making the game. So yeah, a little bit weird, but I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about it, and I definitely don't think it's going to be worth the $70. But I'll eat my words if it comes to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we'll get another trailer for this game on Thursday, I think. So maybe they have some confidence in it if they're pre-announcing a trailer. It just kind of feels really weird timing that they're, Nintendo puts out their like game key card explanation video. They tie it to Pokopia, and then there's a trailer coming out on Thursday. So it's all just kind of odd.
Yeah.
But
thoughts on the Nintendo Black Friday deals? I mean, I think usually with Nintendo games, I know that they hardly ever go on sale. So
yeah,
I usually, if I want the game, I'm just going to buy it. That being said, Nick, is there anything that you are thinking about picking up that you haven't already?
Let's see. Here's the list. So $40 games: Princess Peach, Showtime, Echoes of Wisdom, Donkey Kong Country Returns. Luigi's Mansion 3 and Kirby's Return to Dreamland. No, I mean nothing from that list. And then for $30, you can get Odyssey, Switch Sports, Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door. I mean that's a good pickup at 30.
Yeah, that's a steal.
Splatoon 3, that one's also a good pickup.
I think that's the cheapest Mario Odyssey has ever been.
I think so.
And unless there's a retailer does like a super discount or something, but yeah, suggested by Nintendo is I think that's about the cheapest it's been. So
yeah,
that's cool.
And then a couple of Amiibo will be $10 off, but also no Mario Kart 8 bundle.
Yeah, that's the big one. That feels kind of weird for that not to be a thing, but obviously they're pushing the Mario Kart World bundle, and the Pokemon one, of course.
I feel like that's
So,
going to sell so well. Both of those bundles, the
oh yeah,
World and the ZA. I feel like those are going to absolutely crush it during
yeah.
the holiday season.
Do you think? I think I mean Nintendo did say that the Mario Kart one was going to be a limited time bundle. Do you think that just rolls in and just stays as a permanent bundle, or do you think they actually, or maybe they rotate the bundles out? Like maybe Pokemon ZA will stay for a while, and then whatever the next game is, they'll do that for that. And there's always the $500 bundle, but
Yeah. I mean, I think that would make sense. I don't know what the next big game is that would like warrant a Switch 2 bundle. I
yeah,
don't know
yeah,
what that would
that's the
be,
thing. Yeah,
but
they should have done a Prime bundle.
you know,
Would
but
have been
I think they'll keep the Mario Kart World bundle going for a while. I know
yeah.
they said like while supplies last, and they plan to remove this bundle eventually, but I mean, I, think, I don't know, but I'm assuming the bundle is selling way better than the non-bundle is,
Oh yeah,
just because
I'm
of
sure.
the intrinsic value of getting Mario Kart World for 50 when it retails
Yeah.
for 80.
We don't have it on our list here, but Nintendo did have there's a new app right for Nintendo where you
Oh
can
yeah,
go back and see. All right, they need to
getting
they
some
need to
consolidation.
condense. Yeah, they need to consolidate all these apps into one
There's
going
4
forward because
different apps
there's
now.
yeah insane. But yeah, this one you can go back and see all of your history across 3DS and Wii U, which is really cool.
Pretty cool.
Seeing all that
That's the
stuff. I
coolest
mean,
part about this app.
yeah. So that's awesome. I was looking through all the games and stuff like that. So yeah, super awesome. Um, where was that when I was going to show OJ my player essence, my time for Pokemon games? I guess I have it now, and I can just pop in and be like, here's the receipts.
Yeah, you need to go sit in the receipts now that you have it. If it fits your narrative,
Yeah,
at least. If it fits the narrative that you want to tell.
yeah, exactly.
When are we getting new color Joy Cons? Man, I don't know. I feel like they kind of pigeonholed themselves with the color structure of the Joy Cons, where no matter what they do, like the outside has to be black, and they can only play around with like the inside colors. But
I mean,
also,
they could do a they could change it if they wanted to. I mean, I don't think they're stuck in that.
but the color of the Joy-Con coordinates with the color of the Switch.
Yeah, well, I think maybe the rail or the magnet part is probably going to be that color, but I think they can swap out the shell with a different color,
You
a different
think
color,
so?
or um, maybe have like some sort of custom like they have with like the Zelda Joy Cons and stuff like that. So I think we'll get something different at some point.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's worth it for Nintendo to do that, because if people want another set of Joy-Cons, they're just going to buy another set of Joy-Cons. Like, maybe there was an analysis done on like how many Joy-Cons people actually buy and how many of the same color that they buy, and they realize that the colors, while they are cool, like they're not getting people to actually just buy like a random new controllers as much as they thought it would.
You don't think that if they were to like release, I don't know, a white version or something, or like a fun color, like tomorrow, you don't think people would buy that instantly just because?
I think there
I feel like
would be a
I feel like
subset
a
of
lot of
people that would.
people. So but you wouldn't think that's worth it for Nintendo to do that to get the extra
I
the
don't know.
potential extra sales. I mean, they love selling all these customized. I mean, there's a ton of colors for the Switch and a ton of different like game custom controllers. So
Yeah,
I full on expect them to do that, but yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe they
or
just
maybe
stick to the black
maybe they're
and just
trying to
do the
keep a
controllers.
clean brand. Like, you see the Switch 2 and you know it's the Switch 2.
Yeah,
If you had white Joy Cons, and it could potentially look like the Switch 1 OLED. If you get red and blue shells, it could look like the Switch 1 basic. So maybe they're just trying to keep like a clean line in the sand. Like, if you see this Joy-Con,
you
you
know.
know it's a Switch 2.
Yeah, Maybe. Well, I think we'll get some sort of interesting color or something.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they're just trying to avoid the Wii and Wii U situation.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, the 2 helps.
the 2 does help. It, you know, I hate to say it, but the 2 helps a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it can't be anything different.
Super Switch.
It was always 2.
Always the 2.
Um,
That being said, I would love to see new colors. I would love to see
Yeah.
some like special edition Joy-Cons. I mean, I still think that Xenoblade X Pro controller is so cool. I feel like they
Super
could
cool.
do like maybe the Pro controller is where they do their like special editions in different colors.
They're just so expensive now that I don't know if a lot of people are gonna dip as hard as they did in the Switch era with all the Joy-Con colors. I definitely won't. I mean, I didn't really buy that many. I think I bought really one. I was gifted one. I think you gave me a pair for Christmas one year. So I really only bought one myself, the Zelda ones, which I really wanted. But other than that, I didn't really dip too much.
Yeah, I only bought. I started with the red and the blue, and I bought the black ones like a month into getting the Switch, and I never bought any other ones.
Yeah,
I wanted to, like so many times. I was like, man, these colors look pretty awesome, but then I, you know,
some of those pastel colors were really, really cool looking.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll stick with Nintendo here for a second, then we'll move on to the rest of the news. But we obviously have the Mario Galaxy Direct tomorrow. Pretty excited. I really like the first Mario movie. I thought Illumination did a really good job. I fully expected to be kind of the same thing as the other Mario Direct. We'll get Miyamoto. We'll have Illumination president, director, whatever guy talking about the movie. We'll get the trailer, and then Miyamoto's like, "Oh, Rosalina's voice is voiced by so and so," and then they'll reveal the cast.
Yeah.
Any casting predictions for Rosalina? We know Yoshi's in there in the game or in the movie based off of some leaked, like I think it's like body wash or something was on. Yoshi was on there, and I think there was like some cookies as well.
Cookies
that was leaked.
Leave to the cookies. For Yoshi, I don't know who would voice Yoshi.
Because I'm gonna assume like Donkey Kong talked in the movie, obviously. So I'm assuming everyone's just gonna talk and not just have one-liners or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know. I could see like Zendaya voicing Rosalina. Just getting like the hot actors.
Yeah.
Like just getting. They already got. And then you got Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, Jack Black. Just getting all the
high profile,
high profile actors.
Just have The Rock do Rosalina.
Maybe he'll do Yoshi. He'll really change it up. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any predictions for who's playing Yoshi or Rosalina? Any other new characters?
Not really. I don't like it. Really doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
People were so upset about Chris Pratt, and I really don't understand the Chris Pratt hate. I think maybe it's just because he's in like every movie nowadays.
Not anymore.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he had a run for a little bit.
He had a run, just like Pedro Pascal had a run. The Rock had a run.
Yeah.
Everyone has a run of like 2 years where they're in just every movie that comes out.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't really have a preference, and I don't really care if it doesn't matter to me. As long as the movie's good and the voice acting is good. That's all I really care about.
Do you think we'll get a Super Mario Galaxy 3?
Like revealed tomorrow?
No, not revealed.
Oh,
tomorrow,
just in general.
In general.
I don't know. Never say never. I mean, there's games that get a third iteration. I mean, Metro Prime 4 for God's sake. I mean, 3 came out in what 2007, 8.
Yeah.
So I mean, almost 20 years later, we're getting the 4th iteration of that franchise. So yeah, I would say maybe. I think it's a possibility. I maybe prefer something different, but Yeah, Mario's. I don't think it's in a tough place, but I mean, Odyssey was so damn good that it's. I don't know where they possibly go from there.
Super Mario Universe.
Yeah. All right. PlayStation had a state of play, and specifically from their Japan studios, and it was in Japanese with English subtitles. Not really much out of here. We got to look at another trailer for Octopath Traveler 0. There is a demo available now that you can play that does carry over into.
Is that on Switch?
You don't know that? Yeah, there's a Octopath Traveler 0 demo. I think it's for everything as well. I think it's on Switch too.
Let me
So I think it's 3 hours of the opening, and then it carries over to the main game. So that's cool. Elden Ring Night Rain is getting some DLC on December 4th. Rest in peace, Metro Prime 4.
Dude, every game is coming out.
Yeah,
December 4th. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's getting a big piece of DLC. Is this free or is it paid DLC?
Oh, I thought it was going to be paid.
I think it might be. I think it might be like $10 or $15.
And the demo is on the Switch.
Is on Switch. Okay, cool. So yeah, that looks really, really cool. I need to jump back into Night Rain. I didn't play it. I mean, I played it a little bit, and then they added co-op and stuff like that. So we definitely need to check it out at some point.
Oh yeah, like dual.
Go back to it. Other than that, I mean, it was really, really weird. Like the ending of this, where they were, and I think because they're obviously PS5 has not done super well in Japan, but they had like a big like ad read for the PlayStation 5 and like everything that it could do, and a lot of the games are on there. And then they also revealed a PlayStation 5 Japan version that's region locked to Japan, and it's cheaper. I think this was probably a way for them to manufacture these things in Japan and get around like the tariff stuff. It's probably is my best guess.
And to combat the Switch too, this holiday. Did they say when this was releasing?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm assuming it's soon.
It's got to be. Yeah, I imagine it's got to be. Got to be this holiday. But I mean, that's cool. Whatever. So that's coming out. And then they also revealed a 27-inch PlayStation monitor with VRR support and a DualSense charging hook on the monitor. Obviously they announced like the speakers and stuff like that like a month or two ago. So it feels like they're trying to like get into not necessarily the PC market, but like having people play their PlayStation at like a desk. Maybe they're trying to dip into streaming and streamers and that kind of ecosystem.
I think that's a big market. Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool. I don't know how much this thing costs. I'm on IGN right now. I'm going to see if there's any sort of pricing on it yet.
It's a 20. You said 27-inch.
27-inch. Yeah, like a standard gaming monitor.
Yeah.
Pricing is yet to be confirmed. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they have the headphones, they have the speakers, they have the monitor now, they have the portal. I mean, honestly, they're just trying to make a device where you can play this game, or you can play the PS5 anywhere you go.
Exactly.
Whether it's in your basement, on your couch, or in your bed, or.
And didn't they just release the update to the portal where you don't need the PS5?
Yeah, so
you can just stream without it.
Just buy a portal without a PS5 and play games.
That's pretty cool. I'll have to try that out because like the last time I tried to use the portal, it had issues connecting to the PS5. I know there was like the whole airplane mode thing that ended up fixing it, but I'll be curious to see if it runs any smoother doing that way. So yeah, I mean, I think having these cool devices and having these options for people is really cool. I'd be curious to see how much this monitor costs. But it looks pretty sleek. Have you seen what it looks like?
Yeah. Okay. Looks pretty cool. It's just it was a weird direct. Like it felt like they were trying to reintroduce the PS5 to people in Japan, like talking about the haptic feedback of the controller, like
Yeah.
stuff that's been shown off for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, it works so well with Astro's Playroom, which comes included with the PS5. And like,
Yeah.
like
It's been the strangest generation for sure. Like
yeah, I mean,
even PlayStation seems like they're just kind of out of touch or out of whack, maybe is the term. Like they're just I don't know.
yeah, kind of plateauing. Like we don't have this on here either, but since we're on PlayStation, their like financial report came out for the quarter. I think they've sold 84 million consoles, and what was it? Ghost of Yote hit 3.3 million, something like that. And over the quarter, they've had 6 million first party game sales, which isn't a ton. Like it's not very good for an entire quarter of first party game sales.
Yeah.
So I think they're having a bit of an identity crisis, and they're trying to get back to that player base in Japan because they're so committed to the consoles that they're on. And right now, like Japanese players are ingrained in Switch and Switch 2. Like even the Switch 1 is selling better than the PS5.
They kind of did it to themselves because I mean they're so Western focused. Like sometimes you forget that Sony is like based in Japan. Like their main focus is Western style games and Western studios. So I mean they did it to themselves. Again, it's just been a very odd generation. For everyone really. I thought the presentation style was really good for this thing. There just wasn't a lot there per usual, in my opinion, for these state of plays. There's just never really that oomph factor. But seeing like Night Rain there was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on to the next one. So Halo Infinite is getting its last update. I think in a week or so. And this is gonna be this last one. It's gonna go into maintenance mode as Halo Studios focuses on other Halo projects. So yeah, I mean, again, Halo Infinite, great game. Love the campaign. Love the multiplayer for what it was. I thought it was really good multiplayer. We're in a world where people just want constant updates, and that's just not the structure that they built with Infinite. It's a little bit different than it was back in the Halo 2 days where, you dropped a Halo map pack or whatever, and that sufficed people for years to come. That's just not where we are in gaming anymore. People just want to be constantly fed content. And that's just not what Halo is. With it being an arena shooter and all that good stuff. But yeah, we'll see where Halo goes in the future. I'm very excited for Campaign Evolved. Do you think with obviously coming to PS5, do you think it was a mistake not having the multiplayer in Halo 1 to kind of introduce people? I mean, because the campaign is legendary, no pun intended, but like the multiplayer is really what people love truly, I think, about Halo. Do you think it was a mistake not having it? And I guess to piggyback on that question as well, do you think they will add multiplayer at some point next year and say, hey, surprise, here is a free Halo 1 multiplayer arena or something like that?
I don't think they'll add multiplayer to Combat Evolved or Campaign Evolved. But I think it is a mistake not to include multiplayer from the jump. And maybe they're treating it as, a complete introduction to this series for PS5 players, and they don't even want them to play online because they'll be playing against Xbox players who have been playing Halo for a long time. I don't know if any of that was considered. Like, when Gears Reloaded came out on the PS5, I was just seeing a lot of like tweets and posts about like, oh man, these PS5 players, they're really going to get it from the wall bouncing Xbox players.
And they had that and Reloaded.
Yeah,
which is.
I think there will be a completely separate Halo multiplayer project, whether it's Halo 7 or something else. I think there will be another multiplayer release either next year or in 2027.
Okay. Yeah.
That will be like the place to go for Halo multiplayer.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a mistake, though. Not at least including like offline multiplayer. Like that would have been cool too.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
I don't know. It just feels weird. It feels kind of empty without it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
How much do you think this thing costs? Like $50, $40?
Probably 60.
60.
Yeah, including like it is inclusive of that new content, and it's a full scale remake. I would say this is more of a remake than like the Oblivion one was.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a from the ground up remake.
Because the Oblivion one was just like they just repainted it. Really, it's got all the same bugs and all that stuff.
Problems as the original game, but
yeah,
yeah, I think they'll do 60 or 70 for this game.
Okay. All right, and then our last story. Surprise to nobody, but GTA 6 has been delayed from May till November 19th of next year. So 6-month delay. Again, I don't think anybody didn't see this coming or shouldn't be shocked by this news. I think it could get delayed into 2027 potentially. This game is going to be huge, and I think it's going to be worth the wait. It's going to be an insane game. I think a lot of people are going to take off for it, like we were kind of joking about before the podcast started. It's going to be one of the biggest games ever, if not the biggest release ever. I mean, it's going to stop the world. I think like it's going to be a huge zeitgeist moment. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to play it. I know a lot of developers are probably relieving, right now, now that they have an open
or stressed.
Yeah, if you have a big holiday game, but for anyone that was saving a release date because they were trying to work around the May time frame, now here's your chance to. I think a lot of games are going to start getting announced for May. Now,
do you think a lot of games that are scheduled for release in like February and March are going to get delayed until May? Now that slot is effectively open, like it's a free month. That is a free ass month now that GTA.
Yeah, I mean, I think if developers now have that option for to tell the publishers, hey, we really do need another month or so for some polish. Obviously, we didn't want to do that before and delay the game after GTA, but now I think potentially we could get a delay.
Yeah.
Because February's got Resident Evil. Resident Evil is going to be a pretty big game. Mm-hmm. We got like the Yoshi game coming out in spring. We got what else we have coming out?
I know Fire Emblem is slated for 2026. I could see that being a spring game. I could see that being May.
Yeah, I could too. Yeah, I could see that as well.
Let's see. I feel like there were some other games scheduled for February. Let's see. Neo 3, Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined, Deus Ex Remastered, High on Life 2. I could see that game delayed. Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff will get pushed out.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, well, now they can. And again, we're going to say it every single time. Delays are always good. It may suck because you want to play the game, but there's never been a game that was worse off for being delayed. Because you're just going to have more polished time, unless you stick it in a place where sandwich in between. You delay a game and you sandwich it in between. Some juggernauts, specifically Titanfall 2. If you guys remember that one, they released it, and it was the same EA. Like, how do you release Titanfall 2 in between Call of Duty and Battlefield? Like, And that was one of the best. That's one of the best first-person campaigns ever made, and like nobody played it because it just didn't sell very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting to see, when the next, Call of Duty is usually November, late October, early November, like it is this year. I'm curious to see if that'll launch any earlier now. So yeah, very curious to see some of the usual big juggernauts in gaming. See what they do if they get pushed up.
Yeah, I was looking at game releases next year, and they completely stop in March.
Yeah, because nobody was
nothing in May, and then I see like there's literally nothing from April until October, and then in November I see Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, I think we'll start to get a lot of release dates because I think publishers and developers are smart too. It's like, okay, yes, GTA has announced this date, but there's a high percentage chance that it's gonna get delayed.
Yeah,
let's wait, hold on to our release date, see what happens, and then we can make announcements.
Yeah.
So I think we'll get a lot of release dates. I think we'll get a lot of release dates at the Game Awards for some stuff that we don't know about, or for games that have been announced but we don't have dates yet. So I think we'll get a lot of dates. That's what we love, right? We want to know. As fun as it is seeing trailers and stuff like that, it's also good to know exactly when stuff comes out so we can plan around it.
Speaking of Game Awards, before we close out, do you think we get any Nintendo related reveals, since this will be the first one with the Switch 2?
Halo. Zelda. I'm saying it. Zelda remake.
That could be good. Splatoon 4 coming anytime soon. I mean, we have Splatoon Raiders coming next year.
Splatoon Raiders is probably next. Yeah, it's definitely coming next year. I think Splatoon 4. I mean, they're not doing new content for 3, but I mean, they still do like Splatfest and stuff, right? No, they don't.
They might be done with those. Yeah.
Okay. I could see if we're getting Raiders next year. I think 4 is maybe 2027. I don't think we need 2 Splatoon games in the same year. Although like Raiders sounds like it's going to be pretty different than the original 3. So we'll see.
It's crazy. It's already been 3 years since Splatoon 3.
Yeah, game's good.
Yeah,
I didn't play the multiplayer as nearly as much as I did 1 and 2. But the campaign was, or the single player was a lot of fun. But yeah, I could either see like, because Nintendo's not usually there at the Game Awards. If they are, they have some sort of like, I don't know, some random trailer.
Like Bayonetta.
Yeah, Bayonetta was there at one point. And I think they were a partner last year. I think they just had a commercial, right? It was some sort of random commercial for Nintendo. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I could either see a Zelda remake trailer. Like they could like end the show with that. I mean, would be huge.
That would be huge.
Maybe Mario. I mean, with potentially. I mean, we're gonna get a trailer for the movie tomorrow, so I don't think we get anything for the movie related at the Game Awards, but maybe
Mario.
Yeah, and the next 3D Mario could also be a show ender.
I don't know though. They love controlling their own narrative and love doing things through their app.
I don't know. They could have a really cool like a big franchise that maybe we haven't seen in a while show up there in like a big way. Like, I don't know, Star Fox or something like that. Maybe could be cool if they did like a big reveal for that one. But again, they may want to keep that one in a direct.
Man, I would love for them to port over Star Fox Zero. Honestly, I'm gonna stand my ground here. If they fix the controls, that's a very fun game.
Yeah.
If they just get away from the Wii U, gotta look down at the cockpit, look up at the screen, down at the cockpit. If they get rid of that and just make it similar to like, Nintendo 64 Star Fox.
Yeah.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
Had a ton of fun with it.
When is the Game Awards?
December 12th, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're December. Or is it the 11th?
Xenoblade, maybe. Like they could announce Xenoblade.
Because it's usually on Thursdays, right? Is when they do it.
Yeah. Oh, 11th.
The 11th. Okay. That's a week after.
From today.
Yep. Yeah, we'll do a big prediction show at some point. And then I'll definitely be live streaming it, and you may pop in and out. Yeah, TBD maybe. But yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, I either think Nintendo is going to show up in a massive way, or not at all. But I think they'll have something. They'll have something to show off.
I think so.
Yeah.
Especially since, I mean, Donkey Kong Bonanza is likely to be one of the Game of the Year contenders. I feel like they'll want to have a bigger presence this year since they're having that visibility.
Yeah, they'll have a bunch of stuff. Yeah, Donkey Kong would be what best family game could potentially be
in Game of the Year. Yeah, I think it's a shoe-in for Game of the Year nominee. Yeah, best family game. The Mario Kart World, probably best racing game or best multiplayer game, maybe.
Yeah. Game of the Year, like Expedition 33 is a lock, right?
It's a lock. I think Silk Song is also a lock.
Silk Song. We know Death Stranding is going to be in there too. I mean, come on. Maybe Ghost of Yotei. I don't know.
I don't think Ghost of Yotei. Hades 2?
Yeah, Hades 2 will probably be in there.
Does that count since it was early access last year?
I don't think. I think it's a full. Yeah, I think they'll include it.
Maybe Kingdom Come. That could be in there.
I don't think enough people played that game. I think it'll be in the best RPG category. I don't know if it'll be in best or game of the year.
Yeah. Let's see. Anything else that I don't know. I think it'll be Clear Obscure.
Okay.
Hollow Knight. Donkey Kong. Hades 2. Death Stranding.
Yep.
And Arc Raiders.
You think Arc Raiders is going to be in there for Game of the Year?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, it has like a 90 on Metacritic.
That is true. We'll see. And then Expedition 33 is just going to sweep.
It's going to absolutely sweep.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Split Fiction. That could also be in there.
Oh, yeah. Split Fiction probably would be.
Split Fiction instead of Arc Raiders.
Yeah, I would say that.
Death Stranding. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They need that PlayStation representation, or the Kojima representation there.
Yeah, I mean, Xbox. Did they have anything like that? I mean, they had what? South of Midnight, Avowed. I don't think that'll get nominated for Game of the Year. Not either of those games.
The Outer
Wilds, yeah. God, I forgot that came out. After I got rid of Game Pass, I just haven't thought about Xbox. Nick, I think you might have froze. I think we're still. Yeah, we still should be live. Yeah, Splatoon Raiders. I mean, we got the one initial trailer that got just randomly announced on like the Nintendo Today app. So I think if they include it with the direct and stuff like that, I think a lot of people will get in touch with it. Especially if it's going to be something a lot different than their traditional Splatoon. Nick, I think you're frozen, buddy. So we'll go ahead and start wrapping up the show, and we'll see what happens. Or maybe I'm frozen. I don't know. Oh, there we go. You're back.
Am I back?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
my screen just froze you. But
I heard you though. I heard everything you were saying.
You heard everything I said. Okay, it just froze the. Okay, cool. All right. Well, Nick, any final thoughts before we wrap it up? We'll do all the predictions for the Game Awards and stuff like that closer, the week before, all that good stuff.
No, nothing else. I mean, next week I guess we'll talk more Kirby Air Riders if we've played that anymore, and then
maybe we'll do. I know we didn't do one for Silent Hill, but maybe we'll try to do a spoiler cast for Hyrule Warriors, because I think we'll probably both be finished by that.
Yeah,
next week or so.
Maybe we can do Silent Hill F as well next week. Do a little tag team.
Yeah, we can do that. Do a little spoiler cast. I'll put it on the separate feed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how our Hyrule Warriors ends. If it ends where it ends, where we think it's going to end, or if there's going to be any sort of twist or anything like that in the game. I'm excited to see it through.
I don't know. I feel like they're going to deviate a little bit.
Think so?
Yeah,
I hope so. I hope it ends a little bit differently than we think. And then we'll be back next week with Metro Prime 4. We at least know we're going to get previews. So that's something to look forward to.
Impressions of the impressions.
Yeah, the impressions of the impressions. All right, guys. Well, that is going to wrap up the show. We appreciate everyone watching live, chit-chatting in the comments, in the chat section, all that good stuff. If you can review us on your favorite podcasting platform of choice, that would be greatly, greatly appreciated. If you ever want to message the show, you can always literally just text the show. If you have any questions, your predictions for the Game Awards, your game of the year so far this year, whatever the case is, and we'll read it on the show. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, X, all the socials. So